let's just slow down just a little bit, because there's a difference in being a leader and being a mentor. You know, Rondo is definitely a leader. He will definitely have an influence. Leaders always have an influence. But for someone to drop their guard and say, you can't volunteer to mentor someone. Someone has to volunteer to be mentored by you. People get this mixed up all the time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, man. Well, who are you mentored by?
What?
Who are you mentored by? And you know the reason why? Because you said, you know, man, I could utilize this guy's help. I thought I knew a lot about TV. I know nothing. This guy can really help me. But it's based on you. That's the part that people forget.
Right. You couldn't just say, Nick, I'm your mentor.
Yes.
Now, you do have to, if I ask you, or if someone asks you, the mentor has to consent to it.
Yes.
But it can't just be, like, all of a sudden, I've decided this young person is my mentee. The young person has to want it.
Right. That young person typically is going to get some type of resentment, because most young people don't think they need any help. They don't think they need to learn how to play basketball. Now, the thing about Lonzo, he knows he needs help. That's why he is submitting his talent to Magic Johnson. But Magic Johnson is not Rondo. And Magic is only going to put money in his pocket compared to Rondo could take minutes away from him. He could take some shine away from him. So this is a tricky situation. I'm not trying to blow this up and everything, but every veteran is not going to be a mentor to that younger player. It just doesn't always happen that way.
Well, here's the thing. Here's where I think Rondo can be most useful, whether they have a great relationship or not. Man, iron sharpens iron, to use a cliche, and Rondo going to be on his...
It's actually a Bible verse.
Okay.
But it also says, I am my brother's keeper. But if your brother don't need no help, your brother think he don't need no help.
Preacher
Second
Carter
verse.
coming down. Listen, I'm talking about in practice, though. In practice, Rondo will make Lonzo better, because Rondo is...
Just pure example.
Listen,
right?
Because, listen, Rajon Rondo is a different type of cat. He's one of the smartest guys in the league. He is also one of the most competitive guys in the league. He believes he is the world's greatest Connect Four player. He is the type of guy that will, if you beat him in something, you must keep playing him until he beats you. And so he is not there to let Rondo win.
So what does he get out of it? What does he get out of being a mentor to Lonzo Ball?
I don't know. I cannot sit here and tell you I know for a fact Rondo wants to do that. What I can sit here and tell you is Rondo will attack the other point guard in practice every day, and that will make Lonzo better. Because the things Rondo's good at, Lonzo, I think, has more physical, natural ability, can jump higher. I think he's faster than Rondo. He can. They're both similar length. Like, he can take some of the things Rondo does well and be better at them than Rondo, especially because he's 10 years younger. But I think the mentor-mentee thing would be great. I think it's going to be more about in practice and in training camp and in day-to-day stuff of Rondo constantly pushing him.
Let's go back to Rondo, what he went through when the big-ticket KG came to Boston.
Yes.
Because Rondo was the youngest of the players, but at times he was the player that was able to speak good, calm sense into the rest of them. Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and we talk about Garnett, they had some issues there. But Rondo as a young player, and then there was a point, Nick, you remember, when Rondo actually was able to take over the team.
Yes.
There will be a point where Lonzo's got to take over the Lakers. You know, relatively speaking, I believe Rondo helps in that transition, and I believe it helps in understanding who LeBron is. Because these players, they've grown up with LeBron. Man, LeBron being idolized. They don't know LeBron, and I think being around another superstar like Rondo was used to, he was used to not only there with the Pelicans, but what he's been used to since he's been around the league. In Chicago, he had Jimmy Butler. So he's been in a lot of tough situations that Rondo, to me, he's earned his stripes as being one of the good leaders in the league.
And we've also seen, because of that Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade situation, Rondo's a different type of veteran. He's a veteran that for some reason does see some kinship, it would appear, small sample size, I know, with younger guys, not just siding with older guys. Because when Butler and Wade in Chicago were calling out the younger guys, Rondo was the veteran who had the younger guys back. I'll also say that LeBron, we know, can be passive-aggressive. We know LeBron can be hard on guys at times. Rondo is someone that I think would be able to go to Lonzo and be like, hey, man, you're fine. Like, LeBron's getting on you. Don't get down on yourself. You're fine. Like, another thing, like, all these guys that signed with the Lakers signed there knowing LeBron was there and knowing they signed one-year deals and knowing they signed for a specific role. Rondo didn't sign there thinking Lonzo had been traded. He signed there knowing Lonzo was there. So this is, I think a lot of these guys, it's eyes wide open. Rondo, there's a lot of places Rondo could have gone. He chose to go to Los Angeles.
One thing to me, it seems like Rondo is a very calculated, thinking, learned person.
Yeah,
I guarantee you he'll have a plan. Like, he's just not going to the Lakers being like, you know something, I'm going to work on my jumper. I'm going to work on trying to get the team. No, he's got a plan of not only how he wants to play basketball. You hear that saying, yes, I am available to be a starter. I'm here to compete. But I'm sure he's got a plan of these younger players. How can I help them reach their potential?
Will he start over Lonzo?
I think it's too early to say. I don't think that's you think it's impossible.
Something would have to go wrong. So from the beginning, Lonzo's the starter. But if he plays bad, it is on the board that Rondo can start for the Lakers.
I think the Lakers would have an out without killing Lonzo and say, still coming off that knee, if Rondo is far better. And I do think it's important they get off to a good start because it's the West and home, like where your playoff seating is matters, home court matters.
Let's not forget the dad. The dad was upset last year that Luke Walton didn't understand his son and said he wasn't playing enough minutes. Now, if he don't run out there when they have them starting lineups, when LeBron does the powder thing, there are going to be some problems there in Lakers.
Real quick, before we move on, you mentioned Luke Walton. Now, I think LeBron was delighted they signed Rondo. I think Lonzo's fine with it. The guy that this is the hardest for is the head coach. Rajon Rondo, every team he's on, you know who he thinks the coach is? He's the coach. He's calling the plays. He knows more basketball than anybody else.
Rick Carlisle, he was in Dallas, called a play coming up. We run at number 3. Rondo weighed him off. No. Rick Carlisle, poop, timeout. Get your butt off the court.
Jenna, in that specific instance, it's a playoff game. Rondo had told him stop calling plays. Carlisle called another play. He gave himself an 8-second violation. He just stopped dribbling the ball up the court, so they got a turnover.
Yes.
Like out of, okay, you're going to call plays? I'm going to call plays. Oh, you're going to call plays? Well, now we have a turnover. Like, he can be a tough guy to coach. And so Luke Walton, I guarantee Rondo thinks he knows more about basketball than Luke Walton.
Yeah, but do you think he thinks he knows more basketball than LeBron James?
No, but LeBron's not trying to coach him. LeBron's not going to be telling him what to do every day the way Walton is. The guy that this is tough for is Walton. I think for Lonzo it's fine. The guy that I'd been like, we got Rondo. Yeah, I'm excited.
Got a lot of high basketball IQs in LeBron and Rondo now in that huddle.
And a lot of guys who are much more accomplished basketball players than Luke Walton and played against Luke Walton.
Right.
It's one thing if you're a more accomplished basketball player than your coach, but he's 60. It's another thing when he's your age. And man, I used to work you, and now you're telling me how to play? That's the part that could be tricky.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.